Rashid Kidwai. A little presumptuous, Rashid Kidwai, to say we are already, ruling the narrative. We are going to win in near about 3 states. 1 state, we've closed the gap.
Yes, on the part of Rahul Gandhi, yes, but Preeti is known to be kind of quite candid. I remember 2 months ago when there was a politician from Maharashtra were called in the Congress party office, and there was a meeting. There he had declared that they're going to win Telangana, which a lot of people found it very surprising. And no leader would say that you're closing gap in Rajasthan. I believe Rajasthan Chief Minister Ashok Gehlot is little offended by that, because he would go on, and all political leaders go on claiming till the last breath, till the last voted cast, that they are going to win. So I think Rahul Gandhi is proving to be unconventional. But I want to draw your attention towards Prime Minister, when he's talking so much and traveling towards Madhya Pradesh and Rajasthan. He's not talking about the 2 key people there, that being Shivraj Singh Chauhan and Vasundhara Raje Chauhan. I mean, Vasundhara Raje Scindia. I heard him. He did not even mention Shivraj Singh Chauhan by name even once. So, which is very surprising, because if you have double engine sarkar, you may be talking about the engine, whether the engine is local made or whatever. So, he's trying to gloss over their failures and, putting his personal prestige at stake.
But Rashid Kidwai, and let's cut across to Ratan Sharda, by what you're saying is glossing over their failures and putting his name on the ticket. Some would even suggest that possibly, that's contrarian to what is going on ground. Maybe announcing the face of Vasundhara Raje or even a Shivraj Chauhan could help the Bharatiya Janata Party. Ratan Sharda. You're on mute, Ratan Sharda.
So, sorry. Okay. So my point was that if you look at a few months back how Modi ji traveled over Madhya Pradesh and presented Shivraj ji as the natural leader of Madhya Pradesh, we should not read too much about what is he saying today, whether he's calling Shivraj Singh as the person in leading MP or not. In Rajasthan, of course, we know the trouble with BSc. There is nothing to gloss over. And the election will be fought in the name of Modi ji, because I believe BJP has outstanding chance in Rajasthan because of misgovernance and mutual, fight between the Congress leaders. So naturally, BJP will try to put its best foot forward. To my mind, this is not the real issue. Real issue is the test for IND alliance. What will IND alliance do? Will Congress let go some seats for their alliance partners? This is the biggest question, because this will be the acid test for Congress to prove that it is ready to accommodate minor parties, because these are also the states that will give it maximum seats, whether in this election or in Lok Sabha election. So real test of IND alliance begins now in these 4 elections. That's my view.
But, what are those parties that you're talking about? In a state like Rajasthan, in a state like Madhya Pradesh, Congress has been the primary opposition. Who will they accommodate? Because there is no need to accommodate anyone. But having said that, we'll come back to you, Ratan Sharda. Give me a minute.
AAP is fluttering its flags, yeah.
But fluttering your flag, AAP was fluttering its flag in Karnataka. Also, it lost deposit on all seats. But I'll bring in Shazia Ilmi into this conversation. Shazia Ilmi, at least in terms of where the you're on mute, Shazia Ilmi, you're on mute. But where the Congress comes into question, yes, we can hear you. Oh. But where the Congress comes into question, you had a very confident Rahul Gandhi, who's already said that in all probability winning in 3 states and closing the gap in Rajasthan.
Ignorance is bliss for some people, and let's leave it at that, because he's not known to make very mature and politically astute comments at all, even disregarding the feelings of his own people, his own important leaders, as he just did in Rajasthan. But I just want to tell you that, AAP might be fluttering the flag high, and it did yield them nothing in Karnataka, and we know how it worked out in Himachal. But in Gujarat, they did manage something, right? And in Goa also, they whatever little they could. So the fact of the matter is that this is the unity of the opposition, that they are thinking of both Samajwadi Party and are planning to have candidates in Madhya Pradesh, and they have declared that, which is something they have to look at and also review their so-called India alliance. But Preeti, having said that, Prime Minister said a lot of things. What is common to both the rallies is the talk of bimaru states, which exactly was this coinage of this term comes from Ashish Bose, because whether it was Bihar or Uttar Pradesh or Rajasthan or Madhya Pradesh, they were called bimaru. But look at where they are now. I mean, if you as far as Rajasthan is concerned, I think it's enough to talk about law and order and how badly Ashok Gehlot has messed it up, and corruption. But just look at Madhya Pradesh, where it was. And Amit Shah actually presented a report 2003 2023. You just look at the figures in terms of alleviation of poverty, in terms of Ayushman Yojana. So everywhere, wherever we go, it will be the Labharti, the beneficiary, that as a chief voting constituent, so to speak, as opposed to different castes and different religions and the same old identity politics that Congress party will do. We remember.
Okay.
Do you remember what Kamal Nath did last time? He actually, in the last Vidhan Sabha elections, he actually said all the Muslims will have to get together and vote for me, otherwise we'll lose it. So I don't think BJP ever has to resort to anything like that, because work speaks for itself, and those are real hardcore figures that we have in terms of development.
Keeping in mind, if it's a state of Madhya Pradesh, it's nearly 92.6% Hindu population. So even the vote of the Muslim is negligible in a state like Madhya Pradesh. And having said that, we tend to forget the mandate did go to the Congress the last time. And, what happened then... And no, it did go to the Congress the last time. What happened?
That is your extrapolation, not mine. That because they're all Hindus, they should only be voting for BJP. That is in your mind. I never even stated that. I talked about Labharti and beneficiaries.
No, madam. Nothing is in my mind.
Nothing is in my mind. And Hindus as beneficiaries are concerned. When you when you elevate 1 crore 36 lakh people in Madhya Pradesh alone out of poverty, many of them are Muslims also. And they come from across the spectrum: economic, religious, social.
Matthew Anthony.
So that's the point I was making.
Matthew Anthony, a bit of overconfidence. You're still a month and a half away from elections. You are stating you're ruling the narrative right now, but there's a lot of loose ends that you still need to tie in states like Madhya Pradesh, in states like Rajasthan, in states like Telangana, Chhattisgarh even.
Preeti, let me put the thoughts across on the confidence. We have got the privilege to serve the people of India for long. And from the history onwards, let's start from the Women Reservation Bill. It was we who did that in 1989 and 1993. We passed the Women Reservation Bill for the local self-governance. 15 lakh women are 40 lakh women are the representatives across the country in the local self-governance part of it. The Right to Information Act, done by Congress in 2005. Right to Education, done by Congress in 2009. The National Food Security Act in 2013, done by Congress. The Lokpal and the Lokayukta Act.
Matthew Anthony, get up and smell the coffee, no? Right now you know 53 Lok Sabha MPs in your last election. Yes, please make your point, sir.
Allow me to complete. So
please.
I am putting a figure, I am putting facts against the false promises and narratives from Narendra Modi from 2014 onwards. It was there in their manifesto that they will give the women reservation from 2014 and 2019. And now they have come up with a bill, God knows when the women reservation will come. And then the 15 lakhs money, and then Amit Shah is saying that it was just a false promise.
Okay.
What? No, are you lying?
Matthew Anthony, what does this have to do with this? Okay, Matthew Anthony, what does this have to do at all with the 5 states that are coming up for election?
Allow me to
make your point, sir.
So I'm coming to the point. So with a set of false promises, equaling to not less than a corruption, by fooling the people have realized, look at the Karnataka right now. We have started delivering the promises. And the central government tried to kind of, withhold the money for the RISE scheme. We started giving the money. The free bus travel promise has been delivered.